I've done a lot of laps in cars at Donington, but never on a bike. What are you doing? Fathead Matt, as you've probably seen from previous videos. On the Jeep.
Size of that head.
Welcome back to another episode of Geared, and yes, finally it is here, my first bike track day, something that I've been wanting to do for quite a long time, and we're going to be heading to Donington Park. Obviously I've done a lot of laps in cars at Donington, but never on a bike, never even done a track day on a bike, so this is going to be a completely different experience altogether. So we're going to be heading there shortly. You're going to be meeting my mate Fathead Matt, as you've probably seen from previous videos, and he's going to be on his CBR 600 as well. I will go into the garage and I'll show you what has actually been done, because I've done a few changes with the CBR and I've also bought something else. So I'll show you now. And here she is, and this is what she looks like now. We got Misty in the background. What are you doing? So that's how it looks, and yeah, she likes the wheels as well. I think she prefers it. The red pinstripes have been taken off the wheels and it looks so much better in black. Now, as well as that, we've had to put a brake lever guard on. So this is provided and bought by Rumney Race Components, and they specialise in like the Honda brake lever guards. As you've probably seen as well, I've put some ASV short levers on. I probably should have gone for bigger levers really, but you know, I got a good deal on them, so I'm quite happy with them. We've also put a clear screen on, so this one I'll be able to see more through the screen obviously, and the footage will be a lot better rather than having that black screen on that was on it before. Also put some tank pads on, bit more grip on the tanks. We've also put on a new chain and sprocket, so it is feeling really good. But something that I have bought recently was a Yamaha MT-09. Just sort of seen it, I've been looking at them for a while, and I was going to get rid of the CBR, but I can't face doing it yet. So I picked this up, and it's got quite a few little bits on. It's got a Kropovich exhaust, titanium, so these are 3-cylinder 850cc, really torquey from low down. It's got Olin suspension or rear shock, and I've got some Andriani front shocks to go on it, or front cartridges to go on it as well. We've got a screen, and we've got an Olin's steering dampener. Now these are so bad for speed wobble. I experienced that recently going on the motorway, and yeah, you don't realise until you've actually come from a car with fairings, a bike with fairings, and going over to a naked bike, you don't realise how much these cut through the air, as opposed to that, you're literally a parachute. They are really nice to ride though, and they are comfortable. You're sitting more in an upright position, and I'm absolutely tough with it, and it sounds mega, flames out the exhaust, really happy with it, but I just can't face getting rid of that yet. So we're going to do a track day on it today. So we best get out of here because we're going to be late otherwise. So it's an evening session at Donington Park. So let's get going, let's get cracking, and I'll see you there. So we're now at Donington, and we're actually on the Jeep.
Size of that head.
So we're now at Donington, and we're actually on the GP circuit. We've all set up on the bikes. The fast lads are out now on their sighting laps, and then we'll be going out on the beginner novice. Quite apprehensive of actually what to expect, to be fair. Obviously I'm used to driving a car around here. A bike is completely different, but I'm really looking forward to it. We're with Matt behind. He's getting changed, he's got his chicken legs out. There he is. Yeah, Fathead. Well, here are the bikes. This is Matt's now. This was blue before, and we got track fairings. The full works. Got a little sticker there as well. What a guy. Done Donington before, Matt?
In the car, yeah.
In the car? Never on a bike?
No, not on a bike, first time, so let's have some fun.
Yeah, man. So when you look at that compared to this, yeah, a bit different. Forgot to say as well, I won't be using a microphone in my helmet or anything. Obviously it's my first time out on a bike, on the track, so I need to concentrate. So I may do a voiceover if I can, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm not going to bore you with the sighting laps, although some people will think these are the sighting laps, I'm going that slow. But this is the session after the sighting laps, and you'll be able to see me in the reflection there, just checking what's behind me as I'm coming onto the circuit. Now the reason for that is on a bike track day, you need to either take your mirrors off or you need to fold them in because they're classed as a distraction. So straight away, it was a little bit out of my comfort zone, lost my bearings, but you do get used to it quite quickly. I'm no Rossi, I'm no Marquez, so I'm just building up nice and slowly and taking it easy. You'll see Fathead overtake me right there on his slicks. A little bit further on now, and you can see there I lost my balance a little bit, hit the apex. That's where I'd normally put the front wheel of a car, but not in this case. So accelerating quite hard and then onto the brakes, taking off far too much speed for this bend, but just getting the feel of it, getting the feel of the bike. Never really got my knee down at speed before, especially at this sort of speed. We're accelerating down the straight, hitting about 124 miles an hour and easing off the throttle and onto the brakes there and going down the gears. So one of the main differences on a bike track day is you can pretty much overtake wherever you want to. Overtake on the left, overtake on the right, and as you'll see shortly, you can overtake through the corners as well, as long as the rider that you're overtaking isn't tipping in at the time. Now I have started tipping in already, but two riders are already on the inside line there. A little bit further on again and carrying a little bit more speed into the corner, making things or trying to make things flow and link together, so getting a bit of the rhythm. So carrying a little bit more speed into this corner now, and as you can probably see, it is raining, which isn't ideal on a bike track day at all. Now I can see the rider in the distance, and this is one thing that I really need to start getting to grips with, is I tense up quite a lot when I'm on the brakes, and you can see here my body position is in the wrong place and I overshoot, and I didn't press the brakes hard enough, to be honest. Down into first gear, and you can see the speed difference here. That's first and that's second, and I'm already at 100 miles an hour. So comparing it to a car, you do pick up speed so much more quicker on a bike. Now, one thing that I did realise after doing the day is how much more physical and mentally draining the actual day is. Like, I'm glad I had the day off work the following day. There's so much more to think about. You're thinking about where your seating position's going to be, where your weight's going to be. You think about when you're popping up on the brakes. There's just it's so much more involving. I just didn't realise how involving it was. I mean, this is all still very new to me. I've only passed in September last year, so I've got so much more to learn, so much more to pick up on, and that is why I've booked onto another track day later on this month. Hopefully I'll be able to improve and get better. Watching back at footage like this, I can see mistakes that I'm making already, so it's always good to record what's going on. So something very different to my normal videos, but I'm going to leave you to it and shut up now. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one, and I'll do another bike video when I've improved and got better, and hopefully we'll be able to see the difference.